West Los Angeles, California. A private gym on Sepulveda Boulevard. June 1967. Thursday afternoon, 4:15 p.m. The room is small, 20 feet by 30. Concrete walls. No windows, no cameras, no press. But inside, 12 people stand frozen against the walls, afraid to breathe too loud. Because in the center of that room, two men are about to do something that will either become legend or get someone killed. Muhammad Ali, the heavyweight champion of the world. 6 feet 3 inches, 210 pounds of Louisville muscle and God-given speed. The man who destroyed Sonny Liston. The man who talks louder than his fists, and his fists have ended careers. He stands in red shorts and white hand wraps, shadowboxing, loose, smiling, confident. Across from him, Bruce Lee, 5 feet 7 inches, 135 pounds soaking wet. A martial arts instructor most Americans have never heard of. No championships, no heavyweight record, just a reputation whispered in dojos and back alley gyms from Hong Kong to Hollywood. Ali had made a joke on television 3 weeks earlier. Something about those little martial arts guys and what would happen if they stepped into a real ring. Lee didn't respond publicly. He didn't need to. He just made a phone call. Now they're here. Face to face. No rules. No rounds. No judges. Ali throws the first punch, a jab, not full power but real. It never lands. What happens in the next 3 seconds will be told and retold for 50 years. But the 12 people in that room will never fully agree on what they saw. They'll only agree on one thing. After those 3 seconds, Muhammad Ali went quiet, and Bruce Lee never had to say a word. May 1967. Late evening in a Los Angeles television studio. Muhammad Ali sits across from the host, relaxed in a dark suit, no tie. He's promoting his next fight, talking about his training, making the audience laugh with his confidence. Near the end of the interview, the host asks something casual. "Champ, what would happen if you ever fought one of those kung fu guys?" The audience chuckles. It's not a serious question. Ali grins and leans forward. "Man, those little guys are fast. Real fast. But fast don't mean nothing if you can't hit hard. In a real fight, it's about power. All that jumping around, all those fancy kicks, that's for the movies. In the ring, that's different." He's not being mean, just confident, just Ali. The audience applauds. The segment ends. Ali leaves thinking nothing of it. But the clip doesn't stop there. Within 2 days, it's replaying on local news. Within a week, it's circulating in gyms and dojos across Southern California. Martial artists watch it. Some laugh. Others feel dismissed. In a small dojo in Chinatown, students gather around a television and watch Ali's words. One of them speaks up. "We should show this to Sifu." Bruce Lee's school is a plain warehouse on the edge of Los Angeles. No sign outside, just a door and high windows. Inside, Lee is teaching, demonstrating a trapping drill, adjusting a student's hand position, explaining the principle calmly. Then his students walk in with a tape. "Sifu," one says quietly, "we think you should see this." They play the clip. Lee watches in silence. No reaction, no expression. When it ends, he nods once. "Rewind it." They play it again. This time, Lee watches Ali's body language, the confidence, the rhythm, the way he moves when he talks. When it finishes, Lee says nothing. He turns off the television, picks up a towel, wipes his hands. His students wait for him to respond, to be upset. Instead, Lee walks back to the center of the room. Again, he tells his student. From the top. 2 weeks pass. Lee doesn't mention the interview. He teaches his classes, works on his conditioning, continues refining his philosophy. His students stop asking. They assume he's moved on. Then, on a quiet Tuesday afternoon, Lee finishes a lesson early. The warehouse is empty. He walks to the corner where a single phone sits on a small table. He picks it up, dials a number, waits. Someone answers. Lee speaks calmly, clearly. "I'd like to meet him." A pause. "Yes, soon." He hangs up. The room is silent. Outside, Los Angeles hums with noise and traffic. Inside that warehouse, something has shifted. Not anger, not pride, just clarity, and a question that needs answering. The phone call reaches Gene LaBelle within an hour. Gene is a stuntman, a judoka, a man who lives between Hollywood and the fight world. He knows actors who want to look tough and fighters who want to get paid. More importantly, he knows how to keep secrets. Gene has worked with Bruce Lee on film sets. He's felt Lee's speed firsthand. He's also been around Muhammad Ali's camp, not close but close enough. When Lee calls and says, "I'd like to meet him," Gene doesn't ask why. He just says, "Give me a few days." Gene makes his first call to someone in Ali's camp. Not Ali directly, that would be too formal. Just a trainer who can float the idea casually. "Hey," Gene says, "you know Bruce Lee? The guy Ali mentioned on TV? He wants to meet. Not a fight. Just private. You think the champ would be interested?" The trainer laughs. "Man, Ali talks about everybody. Just ask him," Gene says. 2 days later, the trainer calls back. "All right, Ali's curious. But no press. No cameras. Just him, his guys, and whoever Lee brings." Gene smiles. Lee doesn't need anyone. There's a pause. "Seriously? Seriously? All right then. Set it up." Gene's second call is to Jimmy, who owns a small boxing gym off Sepulveda Boulevard. Private. Quiet. The kind of place where serious work gets done. "Jimmy, I need your space Thursday afternoon, and I need you to not ask questions." Jimmy's been around long enough to know when to stay quiet. "How many people?" "Maybe 12. Maybe 15. Jimmy pauses. "This legal?" Gene laughs. "It's not illegal. Just delicate." "Delicate. Hell of a word. You in?" Jimmy sighs. "Yeah, but you owe me." "Always do," Gene says. Word spreads quietly over the next 2 days. Gene tells a few people he trusts, stuntmen, trainers, martial artists who understand discretion. No one knows exactly what will happen. Just that Ali and Lee are meeting. And if they want to witness it, they should come. By Wednesday night, 12 people have confirmed. No one talks about it outside the circle. No flyers. No publicity. Just history waiting to happen. Thursday, 4 p.m. The gym is a single-story building with small high windows. Inside, it smells like leather and sweat. Gene moves the boxing ring aside and lays out black padded mats in the center. By 3:45, people start arriving. Quietly, one at a time, they find spots along the walls. No one sits. No one talks much. The air feels charged. At 3:55, a car pulls up. Muhammad Ali steps inside. He's wearing a gray tracksuit, red shorts underneath, white hand wraps already on. Smiling, talking, loose. "This is it." Ali grins, looking around. "Thought there'd be more people." Gene walks over. "This is private, champ." Ali nods. "All right, where's Bruce Lee?" "He'll be here." Ali shrugs and starts warming up, bouncing, throwing punches into the air. Fluid. Fast. Everyone watches. At 4:10, the door opens again. Bruce Lee walks in. Alone. Dark pants. Black t-shirt. Small duffel bag. The room goes still. Lee sets his bag down calmly and looks across the mat. Ali stops bouncing. Turns. Smiles. There he is. They walk toward each other. And shake hands. They step onto the mat. Ali in red shorts, white hand wraps, bouncing lightly on his toes. Lee in black pants, barefoot, hands relaxed at his sides. Ali looks around, then back at Lee. "So how do we do this?" Lee's voice is calm. "However you want." Ali nods. "Let's keep it light. Just see the technique. Test reflexes. Nothing crazy." "Agreed," Lee says, but there's a pause. Ali studies Lee for a moment. His size, his stillness, the way he stands without tension. "You sure about this, little brother?" Ali asks. Not mocking. Genuine. Lee doesn't smile. Doesn't posture. "I'm sure." Ali nods slowly. Respect registering in his eyes. The room goes silent. Everyone along the walls leans forward slightly. Ali takes his boxing stance. Left foot forward, hands high, shoulders loose. He starts to circle, testing the distance. Lee doesn't move. He stands square, hands low, weight perfectly centered. Ali circles left, then right. Lee's eyes track him, but his body stays still. Ali stops circling. "All right," he says. "Show me something." Lee takes a breath, then speaks two words that freeze the room. "Hit me." Ali blinks. He thinks Lee is joking. He grins and looks over at his guys. They're confused too. Lee doesn't repeat himself. He just stands there, hands still low, waiting. Ali chuckles. "Man, you serious?" Lee's expression doesn't change. "Yes." The room is dead quiet now. No one moves. Ali shrugs, still smiling. "All right, man. You asked for it." He resets his stance. Left foot forward. Hands up. He measures the distance with his eyes. Then he throws a jab. Not full power, but real. Ali fast. The kind of jab that started 1,000 combinations. The kind that's open cuts, snapped heads back, set up knockouts. Comes straight at Lee's face. Clean. Direct. Fast. And then, it doesn't land. Lee moves. Not backward. Not to the side. Through. His head shifts maybe 2 inches. The jab passes his cheek so close it should have grazed skin. But it doesn't. Before Ali can pull his hand back, Lee is already inside his guard. Not punching. Not kicking. Just there. His right hand rises, smooth, controlled, no wasted motion. His fingers rest lightly on Ali's throat. Not pressing. Not striking. Just touching. Ali freezes. His left arm is still extended from the jab. Lee's hand is on his throat. 1 second. 2 seconds. 3 seconds. Then Lee steps back, lowers his hand, returns to his original position. Neutral. Calm. Like nothing happened. Ali stares at him. The room is completely silent. Then Ali drops his hands, tilts his head, and smiles slow, genuine. "Okay," he says quietly. Just that. "Okay." No one moves. Ali stands there, hands at his sides now, still looking at Lee. His smile fades into something else. Not confusion, not defeat. Just recognition. Lee remains calm, breathing steady, like the last 3 seconds were nothing unusual. One of Ali's guys steps forward slightly, then stops. He doesn't know what to say, what to ask. Ali turns to him and shakes his head once. "I'm good," he says quietly. He looks back at Lee. "How'd you do that?" Ali asks, not challenging, genuinely curious. Lee doesn't answer immediately. He just tilts his head slightly. "You gave me the opening," Lee says simply. Ali laughs short, sharp, surprised. "Man, I threw that jab clean. Fast. You telling me I left an opening?" "Yes," Lee says. Ali stares at him. Then he shakes his head slowly, still half smiling. "All right, show me again." Slower. Lee steps forward. He demonstrates the movement without speed, the angle of his head, the shift of his weight, the line his hand traveled to reach Ali's throat. Ali watches carefully, follows every motion. "You didn't block my punch," Ali says. "No," Lee confirms. "I moved through it. And you were already inside before I could pull back." "Yes." Ali exhales slowly. He looks down at his own hands, flexes his fingers, then looks back at Lee. "That's not boxing," Ali says. "No," Lee agrees. "It's not." There's a long silence. Then Ali extends his hand. Lee takes it. They shake, firm, respectful, longer than before. "You fast, little man," Ali says quietly. "Real fast." Lee nods once. "So are you." Ali grins. "Yeah, but you're a different kind of fast." The room slowly exhales. People along the walls shift their weight, blink, try to process what they just saw. One of the trainers leans toward another and whispers, "Did you see that?" "I saw it." The other replies, "I just don't know what I saw." Jean Lebel stands near the door, arms still crossed. He's grinning. He knew this would be something. But even he didn't expect this. Ali walks to the edge of the mat, picks up a towel, wipes his face. He drinks some water, still thinking. Lee moves to his duffel bag, pulls out his shoes, sits on a bench and starts putting them on. Neither man speaks for a minute. Then Ali walks over. "Hey," he says. Lee looks up. "We should talk," Ali says. Lee nods. "All right." They move to a quieter corner of the gym, away from everyone else. And the real conversation begins. They talk for 10 minutes. No one else is close enough to hear. Ali does most of the talking, gesturing with his hands, asking questions, leaning in. Lee answers calmly, occasionally demonstrating small movements with his fingers, angles, redirections, positions. At one point, Ali laughs and shakes his head in disbelief. Lee remains neutral, but there's something in his eyes. Not pride, just clarity. The people along the walls watch from a distance. They can't hear words, but they read the body language. This isn't a fighter consoling another. This is two masters exchanging understanding. After a while, Ali nods slowly. He says something, only Lee hears it. Then Ali extends his hand again. Lee takes it. They shake longer this time, firmer. Ali turns and gathers his people. "Let's go," he says. His trainer looks confused. "That's it." Ali nods. "Yeah, that's it." They head toward the door. But before stepping outside, Ali stops. He turns back and points at Lee across the room. "That little man," Ali says, loud enough for everyone to hear, "knows something we don't." His trainer glances at Lee, then back at Ali. "What does he know?" Ali smiles. "That's what I'm gonna figure out." Then he walks out. The room stays quiet for a moment. Lee doesn't acknowledge Ali's words. He finishes tying his shoes, stands, picks up his duffel bag, and slings it over his shoulder. Jean walks over. "That was something," Jean says. Lee looks at him. "It was a conversation. That's all." "That's enough," Lee says. He heads toward the door. One of the witnesses, a young martial artist, steps forward nervously. "Sifu, what just happened?" Lee pauses, looks back. "We tested an idea," Lee says simply. "And the idea worked." "What idea?" Lee doesn't answer. He just nods once and walks out. Alone. The door closes behind him. Inside the gym, the 12 witnesses stand in silence. No one speaks for a full minute. Then, slowly, they start to leave, one by one, quietly, like they've just seen something they're not sure they're allowed to talk about. And maybe they haven't. Muhammad Ali never speaks about it publicly. Over the years, when reporters ask about martial arts or Bruce Lee, he deflects, smiles, changes the subject. But once, in 1974, a journalist presses him. "Champ, did you ever meet Bruce Lee?" Ali pauses, looks down, then nods slowly. "Yeah, once." "What was he like?" Ali's voice drops. "That man was fast. Real fast." That's all he says. The journalist waits for more. But Ali just shakes his head and moves on. Bruce Lee never mentions it either. His students ask. Training partners push for details. Lee's answer is always the same. "It wasn't a fight. We were just talking." "About what?" they ask. Lee smiles faintly. "About understanding." No one gets more than that. But the 12 witnesses talk. Not immediately, not publicly, but over the years, quietly in private conversations in small circles, they tell the story. Each one describes the same 3 seconds. But no one can agree on the exact sequence. Some say Lee slipped the jab first, then stepped in. Others swear he redirected Ali's wrist at the same time. A few claim he moved before Ali even finished the punch. But they all agree on 2 things. Ali's jab never landed. And Lee's hand was on Ali's throat before anyone understood how. The story spreads slowly, not as gossip, as teaching. It shows up in martial arts schools, not as Bruce beat Ali, but as a demonstration of principle, control, timing, efficiency, respect. Instructors use it to explain why the greatest fighters don't need to prove anything. Why silence can be louder than any victory speech. Why real mastery isn't about winning, it's about understanding. Decades pass. Both men are gone now. But the story remains. Not because someone won, but because 12 people saw something that changed what they believed was possible. In a small gym in West Los Angeles on a Thursday afternoon in June 1967, two of the greatest fighters in history stood face to face. And in 3 seconds, they proved that the most powerful demonstrations are the ones that need no explanation. Just witnesses, just memory, just truth.